Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be drawing the Joker. Someone did request this and I chose this picture in particular because they did not say which one they would prefer, like the comic book version, the movie, or the animated. My personal favorite is the animated version, but if anyone wants that, I can definitely do like a separate video on that. But again, I chose this one because I do see it everywhere I go, pretty much. I feel like it is more popular than animated, but I could be wrong. But yeah, let's not ramble, too much. I've been doing videos recently on, like I said, like DC, Marvel. I did Spider-Man, so I thought this would be kind of perfect. What better time to do it than now? So let's start with his face. Usually I don't do guidelines, but I'm going to attempt to in this one. The reason why I don't do them is because I actually don't know what the heck I'm doing, but you know what, it's okay, we'll wing it. So draw a rough sketch of a circle, doesn't have to be perfect. And then, of course, as we all know, put the little line in the middle. Okay, then his eyes will fall about right here, hopefully, unless I end up changing it. But you're gonna draw like a little horizontal line. And as you can see, it's not perfect, it's not centered, but again, it is okay. So now I'm going to start right here, and this will be his ear. So you want to get it right there, zoom in a little bit. So right where you put the horizontal line, that's actually where his ear will fall. And then I'm gonna come down right here. This is his jaw, and as you get closer here, you're gonna come more in, if that makes any sense, like like that. Now it is a little bit too long. That's just my opinion, so I actually probably will end up changing this, but let's finish the face and worry about that later. Yeah, and actually, you know what? His ear will be hidden behind his hair, but we need to draw all of it right now just so we can get his whole face in, or sorry, his whole head in. That way we have an idea of what we're working with. So yeah, let me finish his face, or his head shape. And you guys probably all know why I don't use guidelines. I just go in and, like, what do you call that? Freehand it? I don't know, free draw. There's a term for it, I'm just forgetting. But the reason why, again, I don't use guidelines is because it looks like an egg. Looks like an egg. Again, you can't see his ear over here, but for the heck of it, I will just put it in, and then I'll probably erase it later. Okay, so this is my horrible attempt at the face. I'm definitely gonna change it. So I'm gonna start right now by shortening his face. Basically, I, sketch it down, and then I fix what needs to be fixed. Okay, so something like that, but his face isn't very, it's actually surprisingly, how do I word this? It's like more round, but at the same time, his chin is, fairly pointy. So I'm not sure what kind of face shape you would describe it as, but yeah. I'm actually gonna go in and erase the guidelines, and if I end up, changing anything, then I will let you guys know what I did, so that you guys don't fall behind. Okay, so I drew it to the best of my ability. It is not at all like what the picture looks like, but I'm probably just gonna give my personal touch to it, bring in my own art style. It's not gonna look horrible, hopefully, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, how are you gonna know where the eyes go? You always wanna put it a little bit, in between where the ear falls, but a little bit above, if that makes any sense. So I'll show you guys pretty much. Let's go in with his, actually erase that. Let's go in with his eyebrows. His eyebrows are actually white, but you can see like the creases of them and whatnot. So I'm just gonna sketch that in right now. And then the great thing about this photo is you can't actually see the details of his eyes. It's just gonna be blackness, so you guys don't have to worry about like actually, drawing any details. So if you struggle with eyes, then worry not. Now I know this looks very, very weird, just bear with me. Most of this side of the face will be shaded, so that's also good. Right now I'm just kind of like drawing what I see, but at the same time it just looks like really weird. Just go with it. And for the nose, since he is at this angle, the nose looks like it is pointing down pretty much. You're not going to actually see the nostrils, but let me make sure I get this right. Okay, so another weakness of mine is drawing realistic noses, so I apologize. It looks very wonky. You know, we all have our weaknesses, so I will probably end up changing that as well. But once again, let's not try to worry about that. Let's go in with his mouth, and first I'd like to start with a basic line, and then at the very edges make the corners a little thick, kind of like seeds, and then you're gonna come on the upper lip, which is usually smaller. It's not always that way though, and then draw the bottom lip, and then of course he does have the makeup or the blood, whatever this is, that makes it more of a smile. You're not going to actually see this one because again it's in a shadow, but you know. And then draw all the face wrinkles and details. I know this looks very weird, so if anyone is kind of like wondering what the heck I'm doing, for the most part I know what I'm doing. It's just it looks very bizarre at the beginning. That's why I actually do kind of prefer digital art, because there is an undo button. But yeah, it's not that way with traditional. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm just gonna come in right here and actually just begin the shading, which I would recommend using like strokes like this. However you can do, however you want to. Come across the nose a little bit. And then, like I said, over here will be shaded, so this is the fun part. Usually when faces are more towards an angle like this way or that way, there will be a shadow right here, and there's always like the shape of a triangle. So if you're new to art, or if you want tips or anything like that, this is definitely one I would give to you. Usually, again, it's not always the case, but it's going to be a little shadow right here, and again it's like the shape of a triangle. Okay, so another tip that I'd have for you is you're going to come underneath the lip, or the bottom lip, stop about halfway, and then it is going to come around the chin like this. Now, as I'm looking at this photo again though, I keep realizing that I don't like the face shape at all. So this picture might change like a lot throughout the video. I am so sorry. But yeah, now, while we're at it, I do see that, you know, since he has like red lips and everything, the top lip is going to make it like pretty dark, and then the bottom lip will be more light. It's going to give that shadow effect as well. And now the thing right here as well. Okay, so this is my horrible attempt at the Joker. This is definitely why I wanted to do the animated version, I'm not gonna lie. Also because again, it is my favorite. But yeah, this one is actually kind of challenging, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. So let's stop right there for right now, and then I'm gonna come in with his hair, which right here, which is where that center line was, if you can still see it, is where you're gonna start drawing shapes like this. And the only tip I can give you for his hair, because this is gonna be very hard, I ain't gonna lie, it looks kind of like seaweed. So there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do some of this off camera because, you know, I can tell just by the hair alone the video would take very long. So if I pause it here and there, just try to keep up, or if you, again, need to pause it, feel free to. Okay, so this is what I have so far, and I'm coming to the conclusion that I am not very good at drawing realistic people. I'm still not very happy with the face shape, but I wanted to come back and do some of the hair on camera. Sorry about that notification in the background. Yeah, so right here though, it does split. So right here, I would just recommend drawing like a lot of bumps, and then you're gonna just go in and like give it detail. It'll all make sense when you're doing it, like, trust me, you can pull it off. But then over here, I'm just gonna try to finish the hair. It's just a whole bunch of like wavy / curly looking hair. And it's gonna stop right here though, so I will probably go in later and shade the hair, make it look more, I suppose, like realistic, and give it more, just detail in general. So yeah, it will look better at the end. Again, I'm gonna promise you that usually it doesn't look the same when I first sketch it. And I feel like that is totally fine, because that's actually quite common. Okay, so now let's go in with his body. So right here where his cheek-ish is, you're gonna come down with his shoulder. However, in the photo that I'm looking off of, you can't see the whole thing, but you can finish it if you guys want to. And then you're gonna come on the opposite side and do the same thing. I don't know if these are even, so I will have to look at that later. I just have to make sure that they're even so that that doesn't look like funky. But now you're gonna come down with this suit, and this should be fairly easy. I mean, I'm not the best at drawing suits, but they're not like extremely hard. So right here, we're gonna come down, and it's gonna meet in the middle. So just draw like a little flap right here, and then another one will come out and overlap it. And then you bring it down. Okay, and then you do the same thing over here. Again, I don't know if this is all like, on the same, like, hopefully it doesn't look like way off or anything. That's why usually I recommend, if you're doing it traditionally, like on paper, just take your paper and like put it up to sunlight, and you can see like it flipped, kind of like you do like if you draw on like a tablet or a phone, like digital. It's the only way I can think of when I'm doing it like on paper. Okay, but enough rambling. Let's get on with the collar. Actually, I'm gonna make that come out a little bit more. So it'll be about right here, actually, my bad. Same thing over here, kind of like meets right here. And then the tie, of course, will be right here. And you're gonna have like two of the like how it goes around the neck and everything, and then it meets right here. And you can go in, give it detail and whatnot. But yeah, let me go see if this is actually all like proportionate, and I will be right back again, and we should move on with everything else and the shading and everything. Okay, so now I'm just going in and trying to give his clothes some details that I see here on the photo. Basically, it's just a whole bunch of hexagons and whatnot. But like I said, I definitely saw some problems with his face, so if you see like some things have changed, you can feel free to change yours as well, or if yours looks fine, then that's also perfectly fine. But yeah, we're actually pretty much done. I just wanted to shade the hair, shade the clothes, and then that would be it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, but let me go ahead and start shading the rest of the picture, and then I'll come back with the closing of the video. And sorry if I seem a little bit off, it's actually pretty late at night, and I think that's why I've been a little bit out of it. But yeah, hopefully this video was somewhat helpful. I have honestly never drawn the Joker in general. Actually, no, that's not true. Like I said, I've drawn the animated version, but nothing like this. So, you know, hopefully it looks somewhat decent. By the way, this is another shade, or shadow, sorry. This is another shadow. And down here at the tie will also be shaded and everything. Anywhere there's a fold. Okay, but yeah, let me finish this off camera and then I will be back to explain everything that I did. Okay, and there you guys have it. Here's my Joker. I hope you guys liked it. It was not the best tutorial. I still feel like some things are off, but for the most part, it didn't, you know, ended up looking much better than the sketch that I did at the beginning. If you do like a before and after, it's gonna look totally different. But the last thing that I wanted to do here, before I actually like wrap up the video, this is optional, of course, but I'm gonna write down here, why so serious? And it's gonna be in like bubble letters. I would like actually take more time on the font and make it look more cool, but I don't want to take like a lot of time on this last part, so let me just quickly write it out. I'm also going to do another video on, or I'm going to do a video on how to like write in certain fonts, so if you find that kind of thing fascinating, you know, stay tuned for that, because that will be coming out very soon. Okay, but yeah. There you have the Joker. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be posting this probably on my Instagram, so if anyone follows me there, please give that a little look-see. I'm taking commissions on Instagram as well, as you all know. And I do have a Patreon. Please, you know, feel free to look me up there as well. Any donations is highly appreciated. It would all go towards my YouTube. I actually need a few things so that this looks more professional and everything. Better lighting, better quality. Like I said, I don't have like a tripod. So anything is definitely appreciated. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be back with another video here very soon.